Nigel, a point heading back to Mansfield this afternoon, but there's no doubt that it should have been all three. That's before we even start talking about the refereeing decisions, and I use that term loosely this afternoon.
Well, we feel as though his decisions, unfortunately, have result-defining errors, we call them, with the penalty. So even when we've gone down to 10 men, whether it's sending off or not, we'll have to see. Usually when there's a melee like that, there's a few yellow cards given out from both sides. Newport didn't receive any. We got a yellow and a red, which is unusual, so we'll have a close look at the footage there. But I think to compound his error-strewn performance today to give the penalty is absolutely staggering.
Yeah, it really is. It baffles belief at times. Let's talk about your side's performance in the first half, because this should have been out of sight.
Yeah, I thought we were brilliant all the way through up to the. We went down to 10 men and conceded the penalty. Even to when the penalty went in, I thought we were brilliant. Created chances all throughout. Cut them open numerous times. Should have scored a goal or two in the first half. But first 5-10 minutes second half, they came a little bit, but then we settled down again, got the goal, a little bit fortuitously, but we were in complete control up until what happened on the far side there.
And all that was missing was just that little touch, wasn't it, from a Mansfield player? Fortunately, Josh Prass did it for us.
Yeah, it was a bit unfortunate, but it was a reward for our good and positive play. I think to come to one of your promotion rivals, contenders, and play as well as we did and have the bravery to pass it around as we did speaks volumes from where we are and what we're trying to do. Let's
deal with a little bit of housekeeping. No Rhys Oates and Jamie Murphy today, both injured?
Yeah, both injured, obviously. they would be here if they could be. Rhys Oates, slight thigh strain, did it at Bristol Rovers last week. Hopefully he'll be okay for next week. And Jamie Murphy just felt his hamstring in training this week, with the 7 hours or whatever, 8 hours on the bus. He wouldn't have been fit to play today.
Yeah, you've got to sort of protect those little things as well, haven't you? And of course, looking a little bit ahead to next week at Bradford. When we had this sort of situation earlier in the season, when we had the suspensions and things, we were sort of looking around thinking, who can we use? But the good option you've got is you've got Farron Rawson, James Perch in there as well to sort of come in and strike up that excellent partnership which they had before.
Yeah, it's going to be tough for James Perch with him not playing for several months now, so we'll have to see how he goes this week. But certainly Farron Rawson will get in. And it's a great opportunity because Ollie Hawkins will miss 2 games now, and depending on what he's been sent off for, John Joe Toole might miss 3. And if they keep clean sheets and do well, they'll stay in the team.
Yeah, let's deal with that, of course. No real question over the cards, but surely it should have been balanced out. I'm not quite sure what view you had. We had very little from up where we were, but I'm not quite sure what the referee has said, if anything, to you. I think he ran off quicker than Usain Bolt, didn't he?
No, we were just concerned that any of the players would want to go near him at the end of the game, which we didn't want to happen. So it was a case of keeping, because players are, when they're professional footballers and you see that sort of thing happen on the pitch, it gets very, very frustrating. That's why we brought Stephen Quinn off. He's been booked again as he's coming off the pitch almost. We couldn't get him off quick enough. But it is, when you see a refereeing performance like that, it's not an excuse or anything, but unfortunately his errors have resulted in us losing 2 points today.
Yeah, because on the flip side of that as well, there's some questions towards the professionalism of your players. Obviously the 2 experienced lads, Ollie Hawkins should probably walk away from it, and then O'Toole goes to get involved as well.
Not probably. Should walk away from it, and O'Toole shouldn't go anywhere near it. So we deal with that side of it internally.
Yeah, final words today. Obviously, it keeps the unbeaten run going, and that's the important thing, isn't it? Bravery, backs to the wall. Keep that point in our hats, and we keep going.
Yeah, only a good point in the last 10 minutes. When we play, I think we put 7 minutes up and played over 8 in the end, despite there being no stoppages. So it was only a good point in the last 10 or 15 minutes. In the other 75, 80 minutes of the game, we were far superior, and we should have even scored with almost the last kick of the game when Elliot Hewitt went half clear, and if he just squares it to Lucas Akins, we have a very, very good chance to nick the game.
How important is it to let the tempers simmer down and get the focus back ahead of next week?
Well, that game's over and done with. I can go in and see the referee in 10.5 minutes, which I will do, which you're allowed to do, and try and get some explanation for his performance today.